We're here today at Madison, Maine, visiting Timber HP, and this is just one example of the things that we are looking at today with the Housing Innovation Alliance, a national network of individuals focused on helping increase the adoption of innovative building methods and materials. This has been a wonderful tour. The group that is visiting are representative of over 30 people from around the country. The group was exposed to many different innovative methods and materials that are going on right here in the great state of Maine that can be used as best practices and forward-thinking ideas to advance the creation of more housing, which we all know we desperately need throughout the United States. And not only more housing, but also housing that is attainable for more people.
The town came to us 4 years ago and said, we've had multiple housing studies and, big shock, there is none, and of which the stock is very old. And they had identified a couple pieces of property, this being one, as a good location for housing, and they had pitched it to local contractors saying, basically, we'll give you this lot if you guys can figure out how to provide housing. And in this community, at the time, in 2016, the Madison paper mill shut down. That was 250 jobs we lost. And of course, between Madison and Skowhegan being rural mill towns, we had seen a large movement away from the area. But there's a lot of people that wanted to stay here. And kind of the silver lining of COVID is you can not only stay here, but you have high-speed internet, and it's nice to live in rural Maine. But where are we going to live? Kara has been working on these designs through modular construction, and let's figure this out. At first, Maine Housing only had the affordable purchase program, and then they moved to a rental program. And we worked the numbers. We got the funding. We broke ground here October 2023, and we moved people in May of 24.
So what Edura is this is a almost 100% recycled PET plastic. So that's anything you eat or drink out of. We take that recycled waste and we upcycle it into a structural panel. I've got several different thicknesses here. We make this currently up to 4 inches thick, which is an R20. And what we've evolved and our thing is we're not just manufacturers of building material, we are practitioners and users of we're actually the #1 user of the building material right now, making hundreds of these small structures a year. What Edura in its current state does is it replaces the entire building envelope. So in our off-box structures, this one material is the floor, the walls, and the roof. It's the inner wall, outer wall, insulation, and the structure in one thing. So it has revolutionized and transformed the off-box business. We now can make buildings in hours, not days or weeks, and we do it entirely out of this product. Got an R value of about R5 per inch, and again, this is the structure, the walls, the floor, the roof. So that's how we're currently using it. This building material, we essentially make it in 4x8 sheets. We do all of this manufacturing right here in Woolwich, Maine. And we're distributed currently from Maine to Virginia, and by this time next year we'll have national distribution of this material in the advanced composite building material industry.
In the past 5 years, we've been basically looking at how for 50 years we've been sort of demystifying building to the general public and then trying to create a product that is so simple to understand how it goes together that it would massively decrease the teaching time that you would need to spend on a crew or somebody to put together a house. And sort of 1 year into working on that project, Ben knocked on our front door, introduced himself, and we were like, this is incredible what you're setting up over there. And since then, we've been working on the first V1 of the shelter kit, which is really leaning on our timber framing background using glue lams, and we use SIPs. That's how we build timber frame and SIP combo. And basically just creating a 1,200 square foot shell out of this sort of V2 panel that we're working on, and glue-lams with window and doors pre-installed in panels, and 2x3s used with electric cutouts so that we can create a weather-tight 1,200 square foot fully open shell in 2 days with windows and doors installed, and at a price point of about $110 per square foot.
We're here visiting Timber HP in what was once a thriving paper mill that went defunct. As we know, less and less paper is being used, and therefore the requirement to have that made just doesn't really exist anymore. So what do? Well, thankfully, there were some enterprising individuals that decided to take this old paper mill and utilize the same kind of wood that's used to make paper, but instead to use it to make insulation to help keep our homes warmer and cooler.
We use natural gas to heat up the air, and that airflow is going up, running alongside of the building. We put in our wood fiber, which is about 50% moisture at this point in the process. It takes 4 seconds to go from that corner all the way over to the top of our high efficiency cyclone. That's just acting as a separation unit, separating out the hot, moist air from the now dried wood fiber. So we go from about 50% moisture to 10% moisture over our wood fiber very quickly. Then it's brought into the building and we'll either go to the fill line or the timber mat line where we're just at.
We also heard from NotchSB, which is utilizing structural laminated timber to construct kits to be sent to job sites in which people are able to put together the framing of the exterior of the home, the roof pitch, the exterior, and the floor system, all in one shipment from this company. So the shell shows up to the job site. They also manufacture kitchen pods and bathroom pods. So once the shell is put up, you can buy the kitchen and the bathroom pod to put into that structure. It's a really innovative way to do things and hopefully cut down on the time to bring properties to the market.